Gün batıyor.
Amy Schumer. Ugh. So let me get to the story.
That is the story. You say the name and okay, it happens.
Amy Schumer's latest Netflix special dropped, and it has been one-starred.
Dropped is right.
Come on, that's not nice. I don't want to laugh because it was one-starred. As a matter of fact, I didn't want to cover this story at first because I thought, you know what, I would hate it if conservative trolls just went and one-starred her thing because comedy is subjective. I'll never be one to fact-check jokes. But then if you look at the fan feedback, it was certainly not from alt-right trolls. People just didn't find it funny. People thought that she had really kind of lost her groove, her step. And I will say this, you know, I've joked about this on the show. I've joked about this several times. You know, the thing with Amy Schumer, who's in Chelsea Handler, she's basically Chelsea Handler light, is when she walks out on stage, you can set your stopwatch until it's, I'm a filthy slut. You can set your watch on stage, and before you even knew me, I was saying this in my stand-up act, let alone on the podcast. So this would be what,
2014.
So I've been saying it since at least 2012. And I've been predicting that gets old. That really only caters to a certain subset of people, and the older you get, you know, that comedy doesn't age well. Kathleen Madigan will always be funny. Bill Burr, Nick DiPaolo, it's pretty diverse. If you watch their specials, you know, Bill Burr might be talking about his wife, then his dog, then politics, then he could be talking about stand-up on the road, then a TV show. When your entire act centers around you being a whore, it's not super palatable. So I decided to we did this so that you don't have to. We decided to watch the Amy Schumer comedy special, in fact, with a stopwatch to see how long it takes for her to get to that shtick and determine if this is trolling or people might actually just find her act to be getting old. So you're welcome.
Okay, here we go.
Well, this is such a big deal for me.
Usually black is slimming.
I don't know if you've noticed, but this past year I've gotten very rich, famous, and humble. Thank you. And maybe you caught this. I don't know who saw this. I tweeted out a photo of myself wearing just underwear. Nothing but underwear.
Pause. Okay, right away, first bit. What's the time? Do we know what's the time, Edward?
24 seconds.
24 seconds? You said that last... Is this stuck on 24 seconds? No? Okay. All right, so 24 seconds right away, she's going into the bit, her underwear bit. 24 seconds. Now, I know we're not being super forgiving.
No.
But what was the rule? Any sluttiness? Sluttiness, like super dirty, over the top. Any general whorishness.
Sure.
Thank you, just the women. What the f***? No! It's too late, sir.
Yeah, because men wouldn't clap that you're in your underwear.
Could have been crumpled on your floor in the morning, but no.
Pause! How long was that?
12.
Ah, God! This is all the same bit.
No, just me. I am black.
You got
Timer. You got to stop for that one. How long did we go? That was all the same bit, but...
That was 32 from when we started over.
Okay, 32 seconds. There's no way we're going to make it through this. Okay, let's reset the timer.
All right, anybody?
I'm getting blackout drunk tonight. It's the next thing. How long was it?
6 seconds.
6 seconds. Edward the sound guy.
I one time in college, thank you, I came out of a blackout and there was a stranger going down on me.
Okay, pause. How long?
40.
40 seconds. And all of that was set up from the last one, blackout. I mean, I don't, again, I know people are going to criticize. It's not really fair because it's a part of the same bit, but it's a new joke.
Yeah.
Just an important note right away. She was pleading to the men, why aren't you applauding? Like we said, this is so one note. It would be, unless you're a woman of that ilk, unless you live that life, it's probably not very funny to you.
No.
I've never...
It's a very small percentage of women, too.
I've never woken up from a blackout, being blackout drunk, period. And I've never woken up from being blackout drunk with a guy performing oral sex on me. So it's not as relatable as, say, like, you know, Jerry saying, what's the deal with airline peanuts?
And this does not leave your home.
Bana inanmıyorlar.
Here's why he's brave. On my pussy's best day. It's not every day.
Well, I guess we should pause now. There's going to be a joke about it, but how long was that? How long are we in, Edward the sound guy?
107.
107. She's doing better. 107.
She's holding it back.
Problem is, I don't want to hit play because she's about to start talking about her vagina. I don't want to hit play because I know we have to. It's like we just got to plow through the darkness to get to the light at the other end of the tunnel.
You pull things back. You don't usually. You kind of minority report your own pussy. Just get in. It's like Stranger Things. You just kind of get in. Gotta find Barb, guys.
Do we pause this? Is this all the same bit?
This is unfortunately noteworthy.
Okay, so how long?
27.
I want to go.
Here's
The entire 27 seconds is pretty much all jokes.
So do we not count it? Do we count that time? I mean, I don't know when to pause the timer because it never stops. Okay, so I was talking about it, describing her pussy.
Smells
Bana
like a small barnyard animal. Okay?
Okay. Is that a different joke?
That's
We have to pause the stop clock.
çekiyor. Ayın da
48 seconds from transitioning to how large her vagina is to how bad her vagina smells. And this is the thing. It's guys don't. A lot of girls are like, "Oh, I'm one of the guys." Guys don't find this funny.
no.
This is why she's pushing with 35, 40. Guys don't want to marry. You can be funny as a girl. You can even be somewhat crass as a girl. But no guy is going to sit there and watch this and be like, you know what? I want that to bear my children.
And that's just the fucking nature of it. And it's like, we're so embarrassed. I know some girls who won't even let anybody go down on them. They're just like,
Okay, so this is a whole new bit. 29 seconds.
hiking at Red Rocks, and I would push him off a fucking mountain.
She just went on a 8-minute tangent about how disgusting her vagina is, and now she's talking about dating a guy and finding
Physically
it
assaulting him.
for not finding her vagina absolutely just edible.
gece yarısı.
It's a good point. That's the feminist angle. It's like, I'm so gross, but you better bask in my grossness, otherwise.
I'm gonna push you off a cliff at Red Rocks.
She wonders why she's single.
I wonder why she's single.
Restart the clock.
Have you ever had a guy come in your mouth and go, does it taste okay?
Artık yalan yok.
Okay, what's the time, Edward?
109.
Here's the thing. It's a theme of I'm such a slut, I'm so disgusting, and then, like you said, vilifying guys for. First off, again, this just makes guys seem like absolute trash. And I get it's comedy,
Yeah.
but it makes guys seem like absolute trash bags. Like they don't care at all. They just do whatever they want sexually. But then she just talked about pushing someone off a cliff for not eating out her vagina. She's the guy she accuses all the guys of being. Only she's way grosser and fatter. In the worst discussion that occurs on air or off air here,
Ayın
we don't
da
talk like this.
zamanı gelecek.
And if a guy talks this, generally speaking, if a guy speaks like this profanely, it makes most other guys uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's suggestion, there's being dirty, there's being even being profane, and then there's just like medical. It's just very off-putting. Okay, well let's go to the next timer.
No! That would never happen.
Ay ışığı.
Because men, you aren't raised to hate yourselves.
Feminist message. Do you ever stop to consider that maybe just Amy Schumer has been surrounded by horrible people her whole life? Like men are raised that aren't raised to hate yourself. Did her parents raise her to hate herself? Does every guy that she knows think that everything he does is a miracle? Because I don't know. I literally don't know anyone like the people she's describing.
She was raised at a Greyhound bus station by bystanders.
güneşin ışığına aldan.
To be fair, we should skim through a little bit the timeline there.
All right.
And just make sure this isn't just the first, like.
Let's just make sure it's not just the first 10 minutes. All right. So we're at 10 minutes and 55 seconds. I am going to skim through now I'm casting it with my phone. So, all right. No more timer. We don't need the timer, Edward, the sound guy. Let's just see. We're going to skim to, I'm going to skim ahead here, 7 minutes.
17.
Where should I
It's still going. So the longest time I think we had was still under 2 minutes, and now we've gone through 17 minutes. It's still there. Let's go forward. 29 minutes in.
Girl doesn't know how to do the blowjobs in me.
29 minutes in. She's literally pantomiming a blowjob. That's 29 minutes in. We're trying to be fair here. This is past the midway point of the special, and she's still doing it.
She's still just all about that.
All right, let's go. Let's go. 40 minutes in. So she's talking about the Second Amendment, about how blind people can buy guns.
I would love it. Can we just
And
work on
do you notice people aren't laughing as much anymore?
giving guns to mentally ill terrorists who are blind and beat their wives? What's next? You want to f*** animals? I'm like, I've been f***ing animals my whole life, sir.
Even in her political bit.
About guns.
There's only 15 minutes left in the special.
She spent some more in.
There's not been a single 10, 8, 6 minute span of it not being about her being a filthy, disgusting slut.
If you notice, her audience, that's the only time they know how to laugh at this point. They've been conditioned to only laugh at dirty
They're like, I don't know about Second Amendment stuff. Oh, you've been having sex with animals. Clap, clap, clap, clap, clap. Again, she has every right to do this comedy, and I full license to comment. I'm not. That's why I don't want to get into the political discussion about her being inaccurate because it's a joke. We're simply talking about, she goes out and she does this victim whining of people not liking her. And I thought the 1 minute bit was like trolling, the 1 star. Mm-hmm. I think it's clearly organic. Because I think if just the general person who's on Netflix who isn't an Amy Schumer fan is going to turn this on and just not like it.
No. No woman I know, associate myself with, would find this entertaining as a woman.
Certainly not for an hour.
Even people who aren't politically active, politically minded,
and
engaged with the feminism.
A lot of the women we knew thought Trainwreck was funny to an extent.
Yeah.
Because all these like gorgeous girls are around, just like foaming at the mouth, just like, oh, let me get that hole. And
all right, okay. This has been the entire special. The entire special has been either. We're good, right?
We're good.
The entire special has been set your stopwatch less than a minute, less than 2 minutes, without exaggerating, at any given point. I'm super slutty. Look at all the bad words I can say. Look how much dirtier I can be than a guy. And feminism.
Yeah. Now, explain, what makes that different than, say, a Jim Gaffigan who seems maybe possibly one note about being fat eating McDonald's? Why is this different?
Well, first up, I don't think I know you feel that way. I don't think Jim Gaffigan is that one note because he has a lot of material on his wife, his children, his traveling, going to Israel. He has a long bit about that. I think he's just most famous for his fat material.
Sure.
So I think if you look at the catalog of Jim Gaffigan's life, you remove the food stuff. It's smaller, but he still has plenty of material. I think with her, you remove the slutty feminist stuff, you have no act, first off. And then, even if it were more one note, every guy and almost every woman can relate to late at night, bad decisions, Hot Pockets or whatever it is that he talks about.
Netflix and Hot Pockets.
Netflix and Hot Pockets or, the McDonald's drive-thru. Everyone can relate to that to some level, to some degree, and he's family friendly. So people are at least willing to give him some leeway because okay, my kids can watch him joke about Hot Pockets and lean cuisine. So how long, now that this special has been released and it got 1 star and panned, how long until Amy Schumer said that's because she's a woman? Or
She's probably already claiming it. Just check her Twitter. She's probably already.
Good point. All right, we do this. We watched the Amy Schumer special. We went through it. You can follow along with us, look at the time codes so that you don't have to. And the only reason we did this was to remove the shame from your life. You do not need to feel ashamed any longer for not thinking Amy Schumer's funny. It's okay. you're not alone. Hey, if you like this clip, you're like most of the internet. You have a short attention span, but it was taken from the full show. You can see it in the box playing next to me. That's once a week on Thursdays, full 1.5 hour show, or you can join the Mug Club for the daily show. We have to take some of that off YouTube because they're monitoring us and censoring our words.
Yes, who's back? Here we go, put your hands up.
Yok asla dedim, sen yüzünü asma dedim. Varsa getir dermanını. Koştum ekme hasta gibi, ezberledim yollarını. kader mi rastlantımı, kelepçeledi kollarını, bastın da yarama basma dedim, dönmek yok asla dedim, sen yüzünü asma dedim, varsa getir dermanını. Koştum ekme hasta gibi, ezberledim yollarını, kader mi rastlantımı, kelepçeledi kollarını. Yürü ya da koş, dolu ya da boş, dağlara paralel denize yakamoz, gece yere göğe aya beni sor, saçıma akı düşsün içime kor. Yürü ya da koş, dolu ya da boş, dağlara paralel denize yakamoz, gece yere göğe aya beni sor, saçıma akı düşsün içime kor. Uzak kendinden yol, bul gel dünden zor. Bugün korkarım yine de ararım, seni bulamam diye çok ara dur. Aynı yerde gez gör gönlüm, gez gör gönlüm. Bastın da yarama basma dedim, dönmek yok asla dedim, sen yüzünü asma dedim, varsa getir dermanını. Koştum ekme hasta gibi, ezberledim yollarını, kader mi rastlantımı, kelepçeledi kollarını. Bastın da yarama basma dedim, dönmek yok asla dedim, sen yüzünü asma dedim, varsa getir dermanını. Koştum ekme hasta gibi, ezberledim yollarını, kader mi rastlantımı, kelepçeledi kollarını. Yürü ya da koş, dolu ya da boş, dağlara paralel denize yakamoz, gece yere göğe aya beni sor, saçıma akı düşsün içime kor. Uzak kendinden yol, bul gel günden zor. Bugün korkarım yine de ararım, seni bulamam diye çok ara dur. Aynı yerde gez gör gönlüm, gez gör gönlüm. Çalsın sazlarım aşka gelir, çalsın o darbuka aşka gelin. Pırra pa pa pa pa.
Artık yalan. Beni yıldıramaz.
Akrep kuyruğunda, yılan dişlerinde, ağaç dikenlerinde, insan dilinde zehri yüklenir ve farkı yoktur yaratığın. Burası ev yaratıkların ve yaratıkların kendi yarattıklarının, inşa edip yıktıklarının, terk edip ardından baktıklarımın üzerine uçar geride külüne sarılan yanmış eski sayfalarım. Rüzgarın asilisi koluna girmiş yaptıklarımın, şu an vardım yanındayım kendime kattıklarımın. Şu son nefes aranızda artık pay edin, bu ağır anlamların altlarında ezilmiş lain hain, vahim halin diyor kahin. Bu sen değilsin, nerede senin sahin? Yaşlı çocuk sakin, sen güzel gör öyle, bence hepsi çirkin. Tek ayak üstü yüzün üstü yalan der o pişkin. Benim karnım yalanlara pek tok ve şişkin. Kim tarlası sevgi vermez kin oldukça ekinin. Bana doğru konuşuyor ben. Düşünmek yoruyor seni, biraz dinlen yahut içine kapan nasıl istersen. İyisi mi sessizlikleri? Bana doğru konuşuyor ben. Biraz sakin olman gerek derken ben bana doğru konuştum, bıktım gerçekten. İyisi mi sessizlikleri? Anlatıyorum kendime, dinliyorum kendimi. Söylenecek çok şey var. Ya hangi tür bir gerilimin yanında huzur buldun öyle? Kim savaş mı senin yemin? Kırık Türkçenle söyle. Bitik halinle hamle emanet. Aklınla darbe neler gördü gözüm genç yaşında, vay be. Bugün kendini kandırmanın kaçıncı ayı ya da yılı? Yıllanmış şaraplar kadar uzun bekledin, süren daraldı. İnsan akıllı fakat akılsızlara takıldı. Bir akılsızdan akıllanan akılsızlar çoğaldı. Yine tütünü kefene sarıp ateşe verdim ellerimle. Yetindim gördüklerimle. Kurşun platonik aşk yaşarken kurşun geçirmez yelekle. Kendini yedekle, sıradan bir bal arısıyım işim petekle. Ölüm korkusundan da korkuncu yaşama sevinci. Belki ondan öyle bakar Mona Lisa'dan Leonardo da Vinci. Yine ben erkenci, neyse ki erkenden uyandı hırsıza bekçi. Bana doğru konuşuyor ben. Düşünmek yoruyor seni, biraz dinlen yahut içine kapan nasıl istersen. İyisi mi sessizlik